Okay. Whenever you do a cash flow question, okay, an adjustment or an MCQ, whatever it is, there are two main methods to take out the cash figure, because the only thing we are concerned about is the cash figure. The first method is the T account method, the ledger account method, and the second is the statement method. All right. Statement is you just add, subtract, and you get the cash figure. Okay. Both methods are correct. You can do what you can choose whatever method you want. For me personally, I'm talking about personal preference over here. For me personally, the T account method is more convenient for me to, get the answer. Okay. Now, the first question that you have, it says the following information is available for property, plant, and equipment of Fry as at 30th September. You have carrying amounts 23,400 and 14,400. 23,400 is the current year, 14,400 is the last year. Following items were recorded during the year in 30th September 2024. You have depreciation. You have an item of plant with a carrying amount of 3 million was sold for 1.8 million. A property was revalued upwards by 2 million, and you have environmental provision of $4 million relating to property, plant, equipment that was capitalized during the year. Okay. It says what amount would be shown in Fry's statement of cash flows for purchase of property, plant, equipment for the year ending 30th September 2024. You have the opening and the closing balances. It's obviously up to you as to how you want to solve this question. But for me, like I said, personal preferences. T account. Now, I'm not going to make a property, plant, equipment cost account. I'm directly going to make a net book value account. Okay, because I have the carrying amounts. I don't have the cost and accumulated depreciation separately. Okay, so I'll just make the net book value account. The balance brought forward for net book value is 14,400. Balance carried forward is 23,400. Okay. Depreciation is 2,500. I'm working in thousands. Okay. Item of plant with a carrying amount of 3 million was sold for 1.8. Carrying amount of 3 sold for 1.8. What is the disposal amount I should take out from this account? 3, because it's a carrying value
Okay.
account, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have revaluation. So revaluation will increase the balance of my, and I have environmental provision, which will also increase the balance, because you guys remember the double entry, PPE debit, environmental provision credit. Okay, so PPE has a positive impact. And I need to take out the balancing figure, obviously, because that would be cash investment. And obviously cash investment increases my PPE balance, right? So, oh, sorry, I've taken the wrong formula. Okay, so that's 8,500. That means 8.5 million. Okay, 8.5 million. Next, at 1st October 2024, BK had accrued interest payable of 12,000. Accrued interest payable is a liability. So balance on the credit side of the T account. During the year end 30th September 2025, BK charged finance cost of 41,000 to its statement profit and loss, including unwinding a discount relating to a provision stated at its present value of $150,000 at 1st October 2024. The closing balance on accrued interest payable account at 30th September 2025 was $15,000, and BK has a discount rate of 6%. How much interest should be paid? Okay, interest paid should be recorded in the BK statement of cash flows for the year ended 30/7/2025. I want you guys to calculate this. You can use whatever method you want, but like I said, my recommended method is a T account. The rest is up to you now. Tell me what the answer is.
Yes.
All right. You need to make sure that you have to remove the unwinding of discount impact. Okay, because that's not actually it's not actually interest. It's just based on the concept of economic present value, right? Now, uh, next question. Do that as homework. The same concept applies. You just have to understand the implication. The line item has changed. It's tax. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Which item would be not shown in a statement of cash flows using the indirect method? Which of the items would not be shown using the indirect method?
A.
A. All right. IS 7 statement of cash flows sets out three main headings to be used in statement of cash flows. Which two of the items below would be included under the heading cash flows from operating activities? Cash flow from operating activities, guys.
Loss on disposal and tax. Tax.
Okay. Purchase of investments and purchase of equipment both comes under, both of these items come under investment. Okay. During the year 31st July 2087, Smarty Pants made a profit of 37,500 after accounting for depreciation of 2,500. During the year, non-current assets were purchased for 16,000, receivables increased by 2,000, inventories decreased by 3,600, trade payables increased by 700. What was the increase in cash and bank balances during the year? A very simple question. Try this. I want an answer in like 1 minute, not even 1 minute, 45 seconds. This will get you your answer.
D.
B or D?
26,300.
2600. Okay. All right, perfect. Identify the correct treatment in the calculation of net cash from operating activities under the indirect method. Decrease in trade receivables is added to the profit before tax or deducted from profit before tax. Decrease in trade receivables.
Add to profit before tax.
Add.
Increase in inventories.
Deduct.
Deduct.
Profit on sale of non-current assets.
Deduct.
Deduct.
Depreciation.
Deduct. Oh,
Depreciation.
Add.
Okay. All right. Try 218. Guys, do we have an answer to 18?
10,000.
So the answer turns out to be 10,000. Okay, perfect. Now, at 1st January 20X0, Casey had government grants held in deferred income of 900,000. During the year, Casey released 100,000 of the P&L. At 31st December 20X0, the remaining deferred income balance was 1.1 million. Okay. Now what they have asked is, select the two amounts to be included in the statement of cash flows for Casey. Okay. Amount of amortization of government grant, increase of 100,000 to cash generated from operations, or decrease of 100,000 to cash generated from operations. Which one?
Decrease.
Decrease, because it's adjustment for non-cash income. Notional income will be deducted. Okay. And what about receipt of grant? 300,000 cash received from government grant in investing activities. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, it's investing activities. Okay. Now, let's look at certain section B questions. There are two case scenarios in section B, right? One of them, the second case scenario you'll do, which is 376 to 380. Okay. And I'm doing this one with you guys, 371 to 375. Okay. Now, the assistant accountant of Cooper has started work on statement of cash flows for the year ended 31st December 20X8, completing a draft of the cash entry from operations as shown below. Okay. There seems to be some mistakes. He's made some mistakes. Okay. In addition to this, the assistant has seen that the balance of property was $39.5 million at 1st Jan 20X8 and $29 million at the year end. There were no additions to property in the year. Okay. There was also a deferred income balance relating to government grants of $6 million at 1st Jan 20X8. The closing deferred income balance was $8 million. Now, what method has Cooper's assistant accountant used to calculate the cash generated from operations? Okay. So what method has he used? Classification by function, classification by nature, indirect, or direct?
Indirect.
Okay. In relation to the calculation of cash generated from operations, select two cells which contain errors made by the assistant. Where are the errors, guys? Come on. Come on, you guys should have identified the first one by now.
Environment grant.
Okay. What else? Come on, guys. What else? What's the second one?
Receivables.
Yes. And if you see, it makes, you can, you can draw the logic like this as well. Inventories and receivables are current assets. They should, if they're moving in the same direction, the positive or the negative should be the same. Inventory is increasing, trade receivables decreasing, and they're both being deducted. So obviously there is something wrong with either of the two, right?
Yes.
Next, how much would be recorded in Cooper's statement of cash flows in relation to the sale of property? Okay, what information was given to us? This along with certain information on the top. Okay, try this. Sale of property. Are you guys getting A as the answer?
Yeah, yes.
Is everyone getting A as the answer?
Yes.
Okay. What will be recorded as receipt of government grants in the year? You have 6 million at start, 8 million at end. The release is 1.4. Okay. So I guess 9.4 minus 6, 3.4. There you go. Okay. Because the government grant opening would be 6, release is 1.4, closing is 8, so that's 9.4, and to get 9.4 on this side you need to add a balance of 3.4, which is your receipt. Okay. Cooper's assistant accountant has been studying statements of cash flows and is unsure whether the information contained in the study material is true. Which, if any, of the following statements is or are true? Statement 1 says that intangible assets will have no impact on the statement of cash flows as they have no physical substance. Is this true? Guys, is this true? Did someone say yes? This is not true, okay?
True.
Intangible asset by its nature has no substance. That does not mean that you won't be incurring cash to acquire that intangible asset or to develop that intangible asset. Okay. Statement 2. Rights issue of shares will increase the cash flows from financing activities. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. Alright, so this is true. That means only statement 2 is correct. So option B will be your answer. Okay, guys. I hope you understand the topic, cash flow statement.